I think this is a really like particularly important topic to talk about. In fact, because as the world gets more and more like enraptured with social media and like online presence and not meeting people you do business with face to face anymore, people get less and less familiar with like the social etiquette that's just kind of like should be upheld.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't walk up to someone in the street and like chuck a CD in their face and say, "Can you give this to other people?"
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just old fashioned.
No, I think you're polite.
I think that introducing yourself to someone you don't know and allowing them to get to know you before you ask them for something is the right thing to do. I mean, like, yeah, like I had to tell somebody that. Actually had to tell somebody that. And these people, they have the best intentions. They're not like purposefully being like, dismissive of your, time. They're just sending you a message and they want to be like, they're really excited. They probably like typed it up really quickly because they're so excited to like show you something. But then, you also get those people that like they say, okay, I mean, like, like I'll get Facebook messages from somebody that says something like, "Hey, Noah, I love your music. Let's write together. I'm in the studio tomorrow." And I'm like, and that's basically it. There's no like, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I know we don't know each other, but I think you're a really good producer. And I've been producing stuff myself for such and such time. Here's some songs that I've written, and if you like them and you think we might be a good fit, I'd love to write with you." I mean, I think that would probably go over much, more nicely than, "Hey, I'm 16 years old. Let's write a song."
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a typical like YouTube comment. But people will actually say those things, and it's like, like, yeah, you don't walk up to somebody in the middle, in the middle of the street that you don't know, and say, "Hey, let's do this."
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like,
that's just weird.
Are you? Yeah, it's weird. Exactly. Yeah. So why isn't it weird online? Why don't these people realize it? I mean, I would hope that their parents are teaching them better, at least face to face. I'm doing face to face. I don't know. Maybe they are. But I mean, I just, you wouldn't walk up to somebody and say something like that. It'd be really weird. And I think maybe it's because of the anonymity inherent in social media. That people think it's okay to just act like that online, but it's not. But no, so there's there's a good way to do it, and it's interesting because I have experienced that as well. So basically, if you want to ask somebody, introduce yourself formally, say, "Hi, my name is so and so. I'm from Los Angeles," or wherever. I've got, I've listened to your music, and, I'm actually a producer as well. I think we kind of ride the same sort of, we have the same sort of vibe. Here's something that I've been working on. I think that's, it's pretty good, but maybe this is missing or that's missing. But here you go. If you'd like to listen to it, I'd really appreciate it. If you want to, like, I'd really like to work on it with you if you're up for it. But if not, I totally understand. If you still would like to listen to it, maybe you could give me some pointers or something like that. And that's what, like, these guys, We Are Rome, from LA, actually. That's what happened to me with them on this track called Paradise. They Facebook messaged me and they were super polite, and they had the track that was pretty much completely written, but it wasn't produced, super well, and it needed a lot more work. It wasn't arranged well. It had like 3 drops in it, which you just don't do in modern music, or at least modern EDM. So it was way too long. It was kind of messy, but the melody really, really caught me. Like, it really was like super romantic. So it really hit a chord with me, and I took them up on it because they were polite. They introduced themselves, and they talked to me as if like they were coming up to me in like a meeting or something like that. And I think that goes like a lot further than people think. And maybe it's also because, a lot of people who these guys are messaging don't even respond.
Right.
So
Yeah.
why would I spend the time writing this super long, nice message when I don't even think they're going to respond?
And so they kind of adopt that copy and paste, a copy and paste to 100 people and hopefully someone will respond.
I'm sure that's what it is. And so for me, like, I make it a point to respond to everybody who messages me. So it's funny because you were talking about how do you balance all your time. Well, I get back to 100% of the people, unless they're just like, hi.
Yeah.
Because I've literally gotten those messages. I've gotten more than once too.
Yeah. Same here.
Hi, and that's it. And so I'm like, and I used to actually reply to those people too. I'd be like, hi back, and then they'd continue with the message. And so, but it's like, don't do that. Like, why do I have to say hi? Tell me what you want up front. But anyways, so anyways, yeah, I mean, like, you have to write your message as if everybody's going to respond. It has to be personable. It has to be personal. It ought to be like, hi, Noah, I'm so-and-so, or hi, Sam, I'm so-and-so, and this is what I want. These are my credentials. So that I'm worth talking to, and blah, 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 I think being polite really goes a long way. Like I said, much, much longer than people think. But, yeah, that Paradise song, man. I mean, like, it was great. I worked on it with the guys, and I think showing somebody something, especially if you're like a little bit like lower on the totem pole, maybe. I said this in the last interview. I hate sounding like I'm like tooting my own horn or that I'm better than other people, but like there's just like a certain like like some people are at a certain level and some people are not at that level. And that's just the reality of it. And these We Are Room guys, they knew that they were not at the same level that I was at, but they were good musicians. And so they showed me the track, and like they brought value to their pitch. They weren't just like, hey, let's write a song from scratch. You don't know me and I don't know you, but let's do it. I'm not going to go for that, Like, who was it that said that? Okay. Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro will not make a movie with anybody that he doesn't know. So if there's like a new director or a new producer or new actor or whoever is involved in the movie that he's going to be in, he makes sure to get to know them on a personal level. Like, he has dinner with them and they go and hang out and they get to know each other well, to the point where people call him Bob. So I think I kind of work the same way. I mean, maybe some other people don't, but I most certainly do. Like, I want to know who I'm working with, because if it turns out that you're a huge jerk online, and we wrote a song together, I don't want to associate myself.
But that comes back to you. Yeah. Comes back to you.
I don't want to, there was a guy who was like really super homophobic, and I didn't know this about him, but he's like one of those, like, not to, I don't know, he was just like super homophobic and super racist, and we wrote a song together, or we were like in the process of doing that, and then I found out all this stuff on his Facebook. I'm like, wow, I don't really want to continue writing this song with you, man. You're kind of a jerk.
Mm-hmm.